Can I ask you a question? When's the last time you felt truly listened to, witnessed, held in an unconditional space and not judged? Have you ever craved having a space where you could work through your issues, but either were too far out of town to get to a regular therapist, or you simply felt you couldn't afford one? Well, I'm a coach and therapist, and I work with people who are going through profound change and transformation. And I want to tell you about a tool I discovered in my teens, and I started to teach in my teens actually. And I'm quite excited about telling you about it. It's called Co-counselling, and I'm now able to offer it online. So no matter where you are in the world, you can train in this wonderful tool. And for me, it really is a tool for our times. And I'll tell you why later in this video. But I want first of all to tell you how I came about it. Basically, like all powerful, influential things in my life, it came about through synchronicity. And effectively, the teacher I was learning from, we were halfway through the course and he had a minor heart attack. And from his hospital bed, he'd always kind of believed in me. He asked me to continue running the course while he was ill, and he'd pick it up later. I've always been a bit of an adventurous type. Even at the age of 19, just decided, yeah, I could do this. And I've never really looked back. The rest, as they say, is history. I now run co-counselling courses twice yearly in London, also in Brighton, also in the UK, once a year, and a residential special in Somerset in the UK. I have trained to date upwards of 500 people, and effectively it's been a real humbling process of seeing people open up like flowers and find resources within themselves that have really tooled them up to find greater fulfillment in life. Yeah, as I say, I'm really excited to be able to now offer this course online, and we're going to be running both a course training in co-counselling this year online, and also a refresher course for those who have already trained but have kind of lost some of the skills. So what is co-counselling and what will it do for you? Well, it's a certificated course. Offline it's 40 hours. It's going to be a bit longer online. We're going to take it over 2 terms. Evening class, easy to do from your computer. It's a toolkit of 21 tools and techniques, and once you've trained, you become part of a worldwide network of co-counsellors, and you can then practice with like-minded souls throughout the world, either offline or online. It's basically teaching a relationship of equals. The counsellor and the client are basically working together, so this is why it's called co-counselling. You may start off as the client, and then you switch roles, and then you become the counsellor. So effectively you agree an amount of time that you want to work with your counsellor or your client, and then you do exactly the same amount of time in the other role. So what else did I want to say? Effectively, once you have learnt this tool, qualified in co-counselling, you can then practice with any of these qualified co-counsellors worldwide, and it becomes a lifelong tool for your greater fulfillment. It helps, what you can expect is that it will help your relationships, it will help your performance in your job, it will help you find greater fulfillment in many aspects of your life. It's exceedingly empowering in that it helps you to find the resources within, and to realise that you have all the tools you need inside. So that is why it really is a bit of a tool for today, because from my perspective, I see and I meet a lot of people in my coaching practice who really look around themselves and they kind of think that this world is crazy, and how do I navigate my way through this? Co-counselling is a toolkit that helps us find our own innate wisdom and find more confidence in our lives. So it's something that I recommend to anyone. It's actually quite a foundation for any of the courses in self and spiritual development that I have developed and run over the years. And I often will direct most of my clients and the people I encounter through my professional practice to a course in co-counselling. That's another thing I wanted to mention, is that it seems to suit everyone. It's dogma free, it's independent of, anyone from any religion, any creed, any social background can relate to these tools. It's not affiliated to any one way. It seems to suit men as well as it does women, refreshingly so. And it's not only an emotional training, but it actually is it's a holistic training which doesn't just involve talking therapy. It's also about discovering how we use our body, the patterns that may be locked in our body, in our emotional body, in our mental body, in our spiritual makeup, and becoming freer and more fluid within them, so we have more choices in our lives. So effectively, I would like to recommend that you consider taking one of our courses, and specifically the online courses, because this is the first time they've been run. We'll be running them at a special rate this year because they're the first time. I think it's the first time worldwide as well that they've been offered. There's going to be a lot of added value in the online courses, because they're going to be, not only do we have the opportunity to teach all the tools and techniques, but because it's going to be more leisurely, it's going to be over several weekends, over 2 terms, we can also look up the context, where co-counselling came from, why it's so relevant today, what it can do for each one of us, and we're going to teach some really juicy techniques for co-counselling, taking a co-counselling practice online. So you can effectively do it wherever you are, tuning in with anybody who is similarly trained throughout the world. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing a lot more deeply fulfilled people on this planet, and that's what I'm really passionate about. So do follow the URL at the end of this video, and find out how you can join our dedicated Facebook group, where you can find lots of tips and tools for your co-counselling practice, and find out how you can sign up to our courses. And I look forward very much to seeing you there. All the best.